You're beautiful. You're beautiful.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jenny Ann Shondo. Today's Second Shot Sit Down is with India Oxenberg, daughter to Catherine Oxenberg. You know, the world watched as the actress Catherine tried for years to get India out of the dangerous sex cult called NXIVM. Well, now India is out. She is sharing her story in her documentary, Seduced.
I was in a cult for 7 years. When I was a child, I felt very loved, but I grew up looking for a more purposeful life. NXIVM was a program to make people's lives better.
I found a real deep sense of community.
I felt like I was in the right place.
So how did we all end up in the clutches of a monster?
Keith Raniere is the most horrific cult leader.
He was someone that I really trusted.
I can't tell you how much guilt I feel. My daughter, I've been in the presence of so much evil.
I had to ask permission to eat.
There's control of sleep.
Demeaning sexual acts.
It kept getting more extreme.
All over the globe. We don't know how many victims there could be.
The cruelty, it's beyond the pale.
I didn't want
NXIVM founder Keith Raniere is now serving 121 years in prison for sex trafficking and other crimes. In court, he was accused of branding women, sexually abusing and manipulating women, and even forcing women to get abortions. So now, here is India Oxenberg's Second Shot.
In more cases than not, I'd say that people don't just join cults. I think they join what they think is an actual legitimate group or community or, you know, sense of guidance. Like most things, we don't go looking for problems or looking for traumatic experiences. In general, I think people are well-intentioned and they just maybe get led in the wrong direction. And that was what was the case for me in NXIVM. I thought that this was a self-help group. I thought that this was going to be a program that was going to help my mother and I to have a better relationship, but also to learn skills that I felt like I was missing for the next stage of my life.
And let's talk about some of the, you know, when you see somebody who's already successful and they're already in it. So we're talking about like the Seagram's heiresses, right? So these women of major wealth, they're a part of it. Allison Mack, the Smallville actress, was she a part of it at the time? I mean, who were they putting out there as sort of their front people?
Well, what they did in the intro presentation that my mom and I went to was, it was kind of like a, how do I say? It was a sales pitch, but it was an interactive sales pitch. And they also had already existing coaches who were there giving testimonials that were incredibly enthusiastic and felt very genuine, but also like, what is this thing that these people have that they're so into? So there was enough of a vague, you know, takeaway at the end of the course that I thought, oh my God, maybe this is for me. Maybe this is the thing that I need. And that was all done strategically. And that's one of the other red flags that we were able to analyze in retrospect that we didn't see at the time, which was this kind of over enthusiasm of, this is the thing that's going to change your life. And I think if there's anybody out there that is selling you that pitch, be wary. Be wary.
How does it go, India, from self-help group to sex slave? And I hope I'm not overstepping by saying sex slave. You can give me the right terminology.
I mean, although yes, the term is very hard for me to even talk about now. It is what it was. And there was a servitude and there was a nefarious nature to all of what was in DOS. And I think those are two separate things. So there's ESP, which was the course that I took, there's NXIVM, and then there was a subset of DOS. And that didn't happen all at once. I mean, we're talking about a 5-year period of grooming that I experienced that I was unaware of at the time. So a 19-year-old comes in, starts taking these courses very innocently, starts meeting a community of seemingly like-minded people, and slowly but surely what I didn't realize was I was being led in a direction that was not the direction that I came into this group for.
Catherine Oxenberg, you guys, I mean, she went, while India was in a part of NXIVM, spoke out publicly, basically saying, and correct me if the storyline is wrong, that, hey, my daughter's a part of a cult and she needs help. These people need help. These women need help. She spoke out publicly, knowing the great risk, like knowing she could risk never speaking to you again. But I'm guessing she was so desperate at that point to get through to you or to get through to somebody that she was willing to do whatever it took.
She was, and I just did not understand that at the time. And I mean, it makes me emotional now. It's so hard to even just like put myself back into that mindset. But I really didn't understand the things that my mom knew, and the things that my mom knew about Keith and about NXIVM, and the history of predatory behavior that he has and has done for years. And all of these things were hidden from me. They were all kind of concealed and distorted within the community. So it took me a long time after leaving NXIVM to reconcile the truths with myself and to come to terms with what had just happened to me.